This video is a real-life coding example in 3 different languages. To view this week's lecture on programming methods, click here. And to watch this week's lecture on computer science beyond just normal programming, click here. So I'm going to talk softly because it's 1 o'clock in the morning and people are trying to sleep. All of these videos were filmed at odd hours, especially the C++ module. That was filmed at a time when my wife and I were very tired, and it shows. We were hilariously stupid during that. But we got the program to work, so enjoy watching some slap-happy adults trying to program together at midnight. What we're going to do today is we're going to test out if statements. We just want to do a simple if statement that checks user input and makes sure that it's the same thing that we put in. That's a really useful skill all over the place, and later on we'll use if statements to help us do all sorts of little things. But for now, we just want to test out a simple if statement. And I think you'll notice that although input and output is different between all the different languages, the if statement itself is basically the same whether you're in C++, JavaScript, or Kotlin. So anyway, enjoy, and feel free to work along with us. Hello! Okay, so let's go ahead and do some practicing. And I've kind of got us started because there's a lot of things here that we've done in past weeks that we just don't need to waste people's time with this time around. So right here, we've got our standard using namespace, and then I'm also including the IOStream library, which stands for input output stream, which is where cout and cin, or console out and console in, comes from. We have the main part of our program, and then we also have 3 variables. So we're going to store the month, we're going to store a day, and those will both be ints, and then we're also going to store an email as a string. And so the idea here is that we are going to have some kind of a business, probably a restaurant or something like that. Maybe it's a bakery, and you sign up for their email club, and whenever your birthday comes, they're going to send you a coupon for a free cupcake.
Who doesn't like a free cupcake on your birthday?
Yeah. So
cool.
What this line does is says, hey, welcome to the email club, assuming you're going to sign up for it. And it says to sign up for your free cupcake, enter your email address, and then it stores that email address into email.
Okay.
And then it says enter a 2-digit birth month, because I don't want someone to type in February, because that will give us an error if they...
That's right. You got to be specific, otherwise you'll have problems.
Exactly.
With your data.
Exactly. And we're doing the same thing for the day, and we don't care about the year, because no matter what, they're still going to have a birthday.
True.
So what I'd like you to do is write an if statement that checks to see if it is their birthday, if their birthday is today.
Okay.
And I know that that's not very practical because you'd have to change it every single day. You'd have to go in and change it. But let's just see if today is their birthday.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. You're going to have to remind me
You bet.
how to start off the if statement.
You bet. Also, a reminder that keyboard is not connected.
Oh, you're right.
Frustrating as it is.
Sorry.
Okay. So you'll start off to let them know that you're putting an if statement in. You write the word if.
Okay.
Just lowercase. And then you'll need parentheses, and inside those parentheses you're going to put some kind of a condition that's either true or false.
Okay. So, if, like, is this where we'll say if birthday is this date, then send out this message?
Exactly, yeah. You want to say, okay, if their birthday is the same as today, then we're going to send out this message.
Okay. How will we, let's see.
Maybe it'd be easier to start by checking to make sure that it's even the month.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it their birthday month?
Okay. So would I need to say like if birthday, or would I just need to say if month equals kind of a thing?
Good question. I would say just month equals,
Okay.
because month is our variable,
So
and it's storing that. Yeah, it's storing their birthday. And then we'll need the is equal operator.
Oh, darn it. Pushed enter. Nope. Do I do a space and then equals like that?
The white space doesn't matter to the computer, but it sure makes it easier to read for a human. So
cool. If month equals, and the month currently is September, so 09.
And you actually won't need the 0. The int will get rid of the 0 for you already.
Oh, okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay. And do I close parentheses? No.
Yeah.
Close
I mean,
parentheses?
just if you were just checking for the month. If you just wanted to see if it was their birth month, you could close the parenthesis there.
Okay, but we want to find the day as well. So.
Exactly. So that would be if it was a simple if statement. If you want to make it more complex, we want to check and make sure that it's both the month and the day. So we're going to use the and operator.
Okay, and that's ampersand.
Right.
2 of them.
2 of them. Just Control 7 on most keyboards.
And that makes sense. It's saying we need both of these to be going on. Can't just be one or the other. It has to be both of them at the same time.
Yes, they both have to be true.
Day equals, and today the date is the 28th. Okay. And now we can close. Parenthesis.
Yes.
And semicolon?
Actually, curly bracket now.
Curly brackets. I never use these. Okay.
And then kind of this is just how a lot of people write their code, is they just hit enter right after that. And they'd leave one of those bracket things up there and another one down.
Okay.
I think that's how Google writes. If I remember correctly, that's their style. And a lot of people have adopted that style. And it was long before Google was ever a thing. That was probably a Microsoft style at one point.
Okay.
Anyway.
So now we're saying if this happens, so now we need to say then.
Yep.
Say this.
Exactly. Everything inside this curly brackets is the then.
Okay.
This will now, all this code will start running.
Okay. So how should we phrase this? Then output this statement.
Probably.
So I need to say C out or
exactly.
Okay.
Yep. Console output, and then some little message to let the know that they're getting a free cupcake. And I'm sorry. Then you need the extraction operator.
Is that the same as what we have going on up here, right?
Yeah, the wakas.
It has been a minute. Okay. Okay. So what do we want to say? Happy birthday, right?
Yeah.
Do I need to put parentheses? I mean quotation marks.
You do need quotation marks.
I forgot about that one.
Yes, because if you don't put quotation marks, what it actually does is it's looking and saying,
looking
is
for
this
something.
Yeah, is this a variable? It thinks it's a variable name. And so it will look back through your or a constant. It will look back through your variables or your constants and try to print one of those. If you don't have the
that makes sense. You gotta tell it where it's looking. And if it needs to recognize it as something or not. Anyway. Okay, so happy birthday. Would we say, here's your free coupon, or here's your coupon for a cupcake?
Yep. Sounds good. Show this to your server or something like that.
My writing skills are not quite happening at the moment. Okay. Show this coupon to your server for a free cupcake. You deserve it.
I love it.
Happy birthday. Show this coupon to your server for a free cupcake. You deserve it.
I love it.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty. So, semicolon?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We're
Semicolon
doing
at
a
the end
new
of that.
line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I need to go to the if it's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And is this
exactly.
still in the curly bracket? Or no?
Nope. This is outside of the curly bracket.
Okay, so I'll need to go here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
And actually, back to whatever style guidelines. See, there's lots of different ways you can format your code to make it look a specific way.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the times, especially in the way that we're doing it,
Just
you would
keep
actually,
it on
if
the
you're,
same line.
yeah, if you're writing an else statement, it's going to come right after that.
Okay.
If that's just a style, everybody might do it just a little bit different. The thing is, you just have to figure out who you're working for, how do they like it, and just do it that way.
Good to know. Okay. So you cued me. It's not then, it's else.
Else.
So
exactly.
I remember that and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not putting then, I'm putting else in here.
You're right.
Okay. So else and then
Another curly bracket to start your next
Yeah.
code block.
Doo-doo-doo.
And then if you want to be, yep, perfect. That's just kind of this, that's the general style a lot of times. And
Okay.
actually, it kind of, not that this matters too much for what we're doing, but it's just good to get in the habit of. Visual
You can-
Studios likes to try to anticipate
What you're gonna do.
what your style is. Exactly.
It thinks it's smart.
It thinks it's smart. But this is a really common style to see, and whatever it did was not a very common style. So anyway.
Okay. All right. So else we'll have a see out statement, or do I need
Yeah.
to set a condition? I don't need to set a condition because it's already been set, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. So
The condition is if this is false, then run this.
do I need to
It's good
indent
practice.
this?
It's good practice, and normally it would do that. It was just the way we got here was a little weird, and it didn't.
Let's see if I can.
You just hit.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Should I do it again?
Yeah, do it one more time so,
So
it's
it's
on
in
the
line
same
with
level.
that one. That makes
Mhm.
sense.
It'll improve your readability. The computer doesn't care. When the computer splices this all together, it smushes it all into the same line.
So let's see. We could say, "Thank you for
Thank you
signing
for
up for our
joining. Yeah.
email. Thank you for joining our email club."
Mm-hmm. I have a cool idea of something we could do here. Because we've stored their email, we can even print their email to the screen so that they know that we're talking to them, that we've
Okay.
actually stored their email.
Okay.
And so what you could do is right after thank you,
Sticky mouse. Okay.
yeah,
All right.
you could end your quotation
Sorry.
with
Say that again.
Yeah, add another double
Okay.
quote. Yep. Just like that. And then add your wakas going the same direction as your other ones. And I actually just noticed, I think our wakas are going the wrong direction. If you look up at the out statements on line 19 and line 16,
Uh-huh.
and then look down at our our see out statements on line 23 and line 25, I think we're pointing the wrong direction.
Are we?
Oh, maybe
They
not.
look the
I'm
same to
sorry.
me.
I'm sorry.
I was like, oh, they look
That
the
is-
same.
My bad.
There's just a lot of them. There's
Yep.
a lot of little waka wakas.
Yeah. Yep. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No, that's good.
My
Thank
bad.
you. Thank you for paying attention, though.
Or not.
Or trying to.
Trying to pay
Trying
attention.
to pay attention. Okay.
Now you can write a variable in there, a variable name. So if we were to write the month, it would just print out what's in the month.
So
we
we
could
but
put-
we already have email saved.
Exactly.
So-
So you can put email right in there.
Okay. And that will work as a string, right?
Mm-hmm.
Without any
Exactly.
problem.
Exactly. And then you can put more wakas.
Same direction?
Mm-hmm. Same direction. And there you go. And that will print out. And I think correct English would be to put commas in between the thank you and the...
That's right. If we're going to insert this.
That's right.
Thank you for joining our email club. Should I have a comma, do you think?
Yeah, because we're kind of like inserting their name or their email address in there. Thank you.
Ooh, sticky mouse. Okay. There we go.
Thank you, Wookiee fan.
Sweet. All right.
Okay, let's run it and see what it does.
Sweet. Debug. Start debugging?
Start without debugging. We should do a video where we actually go through the debug option, because the debug option is really cool. Did we do that one? I don't know if we've done one.
We did.
Yeah, it's really cool. It can show you where errors are in your code.
Speaking of errors.
Ooh, what do we have?
Did I end it incorrectly?
It actually is going to show us down in the output window, down the
here.
bottom. It will say, so let's see. What is it saying? It looks like it's line 37 that's giving us problems.
Yep, that would be the end.
Yeah, let's go.
Should we say?
Yeah, just say no.
No.
Don't worry about building
worry
it.
about
Sometimes you can build it and it will run just enough.
Oh, he has a smiley face.
That's right. I forgot about that.
You snuck that in there.
Well, what happened was when you had that little blip thing happen earlier. That anyway,
so
doesn't matter. We just need to get rid
go
of it.
away too. Oh man, that's gonna take way too long. Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so do I get rid of which one do I get rid of?
So this one on line 26 is closing our else statement.
So I keep them both.
Yeah, and line 27 is closing the program overall.
Okay. Cool. Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Be aware of random things in your code. Thank you, computer. Okay.
Start without debugging.
Welcome to our email club. To sign up for a free cupcake on your birthday, enter your email address. Don't mind if I do.
Too soon.
Too soon.
Too soon.
Should we do 2 different scenarios?
Yeah, let's do it first when it's not our birthday.
Okay.
Or when.
So let's say my birthday is February 5th. Thank you, foreverfan at AOL.com for joining our email club. Cool. Okay.
Awesome.
Now let's try it again.
With our birthday. This is so simple. Like what we're doing right now, it really wasn't hard to code, was it? Not too bad.
No.
But when you really can play with the conditions, and you can put ifs instead of ifs, you can build some really complex programs just out of if statements. But we're just focusing on basics, so we'll let you do that in your free time later on.
Happy birthday! Show this coupon to your server for a free cupcake. You deserve it.
Although, we're 5 minutes late. It's a new day.
Oh my goodness.
Dang it!
Oh wow.
Our program's already broken. We'll show you better ways to build this later on.
We need some more complicated code to fix this.
That's true.
We don't need to manually go in and change the code every day.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Okay, cool. Well, we will go practice JavaScript and Kotlin later.
Cool. Go team.
So the JavaScript actually looks quite a bit cleaner than the C++ because the input-output stream looks, I just think it looks nicer. Unfortunately, and we've talked about this before, with JavaScript is always listening. It's the dog that as soon as you throw the ball, it runs, grabs it, and comes back and drops it at your feet and wants you to throw it again. Where C++ kind of just runs each line of code and then finishes and is done. JavaScript is always trying to run whatever you type down, especially in this environment. The reason that the way we interact with JavaScript is going to be weird is because JavaScript is meant to be on a website, and it's expecting that the input from the user is going to come from like a text box somewhere or a drop-down menu or something like that. And since we're just kind of trying to interact with the straight script, we don't want to go through an interface. It just interacts a little weird with us. And so the console was never meant, in JavaScript, the console was never meant to be actually interacted with. It's just a place to display messages. But we're going to get around that and interact with it anyway using the prompt function. The problem with it is, let me show you. As soon as I open that, it starts prompting me. And if I don't do anything, it will just put a null in that value. It'll just, and notice we went right back to the email one. It wasn't, okay, we put a null in the email and now we're moving to month. It went right back to email. And now it's asking me for my birth month. And now we're going to go back to email and we're going to run the whole thing all over again. So that's just a little bit frustrating. What you could do if you didn't want to go through that every single time, you could put this all in its own if statement. And you could say, you can just write false right out in there. Oh, you are going to be really annoying, aren't you? Watch it do that one more time. Yep. And there you go. And now that won't run until you tell it to be true. So that was just a thought. You might want to do that if you are trying to just follow along this course. When you actually want to start running those prompts, you can just put them inside the if statement and switch it from false to true. I'm gonna, something easy. I was gonna say my email at MSN. That's one. That's actually probably someone's email. Sorry, internet. 09 and 28. Let's see. Okay, so what we got? We have already showing up here. Happy birthday. Show this coupon to your server, and we can stretch that out and it will fix the formatting on that. Okay, cool. Let's try this again. And all we have to do to reset this, because it's just always running, we can set that to false and then set it to true again, and it will run us through those prompts again. My email at example.com. That shouldn't be anyone's real email, although that would be fun. Let's see, what if my birthday's on Halloween? 30, no. Okay, there we go. And then it put my email address in there. Also, a different note for JavaScript. If you ever wanted to do what we did in the C++ module, where you want to insert a variable into your string somewhere, all you have to do is in the console log function, finish your string with a quotation mark, add a plus, add the variable name, put the plus back in, and finish off your string. And you can do that, and you could even get rid of it. Just kind of concatenates, or it squishes whatever's the value of that variable and that string and turns it all into one big string. So anyway, there's this JavaScript for you. There we go. Looks like we're at 17 lines. Pretty much the same thing. We're printing the line. That's the same as console log or cout. We're using readline. An interesting property of readline is, well, it will give you an error message if you try to use something that you grabbed with the readline function as an integer or anything other than a string. It just assumes whatever you're typing in there is going to be a string, and it will give you an error message if you don't do anything to tell it that you don't want it to be a string. And that sounds really complex, but it's actually kind of a smart way of making sure that the user doesn't put in anything that is incorrect. So anyway, to get around that for day, month, and day, in fact, I can show you. Actually, we won't worry about it tonight. What you'll do is type down the type that you want. Type down integer dot value of, and then put readline inside these parentheses. And that's going to make more sense to you as you do a little more programming. That's pretty common to see that, but that's just stuff you'll have to do to get around that little error in Kotlin. But other than that, the if statement itself is basically the same thing. If we didn't have an else statement, Kotlin accepts it. If you just put this all on one line like that, you'd say if this, and then you can get rid of your brackets. If you have just one line of code, that doesn't matter. But we do have an else statement, so we're just going to run it like this. Here we go. I wanna, no. I wanna cupcake now at example dot com. Okay. 09 28, and there we go. Gives us the coupon. We're just gonna hit run again and just show I am still hungry. At example.com. There we go. And I'm going to say we're going to be February 16th. Is that? Okay, perfect. Prints out exactly like we would have expected. And so there we go. That's Kotlin.